Okay, so did we get our syndications moving? Yep. All right, rock and roll. Okay, we'll give you guys a couple more seconds. Anyone have any question, comments, anything? Yeah, you guys feeling it? Yeah, all right, I'm gonna give them a couple minutes. So yeah, live streamers, just know you guys can get full access now. The live stream's gonna go off in about an hour, so I'm gonna dig in, really help you guys get as much as you can, because the point of this sneak peek for you is letting you go, are they really for real? Do they actually know what the heck they're talking about? And go figure, we've been doing this for quite some time, and I've been working online for over 10 years now, and have learned some skills that I've been able to bring into this world. And I really wasn't a marketer, so to speak. All I did is share my vision and my why consistently. And I use YouTube, well, just now recently more Instagram. It was before YouTube actually started when I got started in this industry. YouTube wasn't even around. But I was doing video and I was sharing my vision. And what happened, guys, when you share your vision and your why, people want to know what you're doing. So instead of being salesy, right, the Freedompreneur movement is about feeling good about what you're doing, building a legacy, and feeling great about it. Whether you have a small business at home or maybe you're actually looking to bring yourself into more social media presence, you gotta connect to the heart and soul. So the first segment that we're gonna do, guys, is really about discovering and digging deeply into your personal brand, who you really are to the world. And we talk about branding a lot. I'm extremely passionate about branding for a reason. Because unless you get that big rock, right? We put the rocks in the bucket. Unless you get the foundation set, put the big rocks in first, the little rocks are not going to even matter, right? You got to get the big ones in. You got to really fill up that foundation strong. And I started teaching branding several years ago because what I realized is that I didn't know how to market at all. I never was a marketer. I didn't know how to run any ads. I mean, goodness, now we're doing Facebook. Facebook wasn't around. I didn't even know how to market it. I didn't know what leads were. I didn't know what an opt-in page was. I didn't know what a bridge page was, right? So we're gonna go through those type of things that people know, especially in small businesses. You need to know that you just need simple sales funnels, right? An opt-in page, a bridge page, and a way to offer them something or a way for you to contact them. Small businesses, online marketers need this. So I didn't know any of it. But what I did know is I had a vision. And so I started to connect with my brand. And so this slide right here is really powerful because what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the analogy like an oak tree, okay? An oak tree. At the bottom is really all of your values. All the roots are grown right here. We're really developing our brand. It's underneath. It's before we get into the marketing. It's before leads even start to get connected to you. It's your values. So John, what are some values that you hold?
Trust, loyalty, commitment, growth above everything.
Growth, trust, loyalty, commitment. Who else? What are some values? Shout out some values that you guys have that you want to bring into your business. Family. Integrity. Passion. Yes. Honesty. Love. Right? Who else? Travel. A lot of us have travel in our bones. Doesn't mean you have to be a traveler, right? But we value that. Being connected, knowing you can really truly believe in what you have to offer. How many of you guys have worked in a job or sold a product that you have zero connection to? Right? Zero connection. Guys, I worked in a pharmaceutical company. I was a sales executive for a pharmaceutical company. No connection to that. I mean, I realized that I was just selling people closer to death. Almost 10 years in that industry. And I realized I can't do this anymore. I was just trying to sell to make money. Now, most people might think, well, that sounds ridiculous. We do sell to make money. See, but if you sell something that you love, it's a natural transaction in currency that you should receive money. So what we do in our method is really based on attraction marketing. We call it freedom marketing. It's really connecting with your values so that your customer really wants to be connected to you. So what you're selling is goodness, right? What you're selling is what people have to offer. So we're going to create a method where you're not being salesy. where you're totally connecting, where people are like, man, I dig what you've got. Now, there's certain people out there that do cold traffic, and that's fine. That's just not the way we do it. Because I like to build a legacy where I can be proud of it, and where I want someone for years to come to know a video I shot, they can follow, and that they want to constantly follow me. So what I learned in the pharmaceutical industry is that I needed a way to stand out. So there's all these pharmaceutical reps, right, in the industry. You guys know pharmaceutical industry at all? There's a lot of pharmaceutical reps in the industry, and they're coming in trying to get the attention of these doctors. And I don't look any much different than all the other hot chicks that they chose for pharmaceutical reps. I'm calling myself a hot chick, I guess. You gotta love yourself, right? And so I'm like, so I figured out something. How can I get my doctors to want to buy from me? Anyone have an idea what I did? We shot a video, not yet. Started doing that when I got into this industry. Okay, picture this. Does anyone know, there's those drugs are called sexual dysfunction drugs? Or is it erectile dysfunction drugs? You know what they are? Who knows the names of any of them? Come on, just do it. We all know what they're called. Viagra. There's another one called Cialis, and another one called Levitra. It's odd that I know that. So go picture, here I am walking into a doctor's office. There's all these old dudes that can't get a boner. So here I come, walking in to sell. Then all these other hot chicks, maybe it changed that day, but all these other hot chicks been walking in trying to sell those other drugs. So I'm like, well, shit. They all pick hot chicks for a reason, right? Because they're trying to get these doctors to like them. I know it's kind of sounds like an odd thing, but it's pretty much true. It's the industry. It's what they did. So I'm like, what can I do to make that guy want to buy my drug? Because quite frankly, those drugs are not much different. Now, I can't say because I've never taken them myself, but I know what the scientific chemical compounds say, and they're really not that much different. So what makes them different? Well, if you guys know who Mike Ditka is, Mike Ditka, because my husband's from Chicago, Mike Ditka was our spokes guy. How kick-ass is that? Hey, doctor, I'm having an event, and you're going to learn about Levitra. Would you like to come? Mike Ditka's going to be there. Oh, hell yeah, I'm coming, right? So we're like bribing these guys, right? We're doing things to get them to want to come to us and to use our medication. So I'm like, wow. So I get into this industry, and I'm like, this stuff kind of works. I mean, I would walk into my doctor's office, and it was the Open. What is it? What's the Opens? What are they called? The golfing? U.S. Open. So guess what I did? I wore golf pants, a hat, walked in with my golf clubs. Hey, doctor, what? You want to talk about Levitra today? He's like, what the hell have you done, Rhonda? What? Get in here, girl. And all these other chicks got their bags, their lipsticks on, and I'm like, walking in with my golf outfit on. Totally ridiculous. My husband, Brian, is probably cracking up right now because the amount of costumes and the stuff that I did was outrageous because I had to do something different. Everyone else was giving them pens, inviting them to lunches. I just did something completely wacky and different, totally unique. So the reason why we start with branding, guess how many people are in social media? I don't know. How many are on Facebook, Nathan? 1.4 billion users on Facebook a month. How many are on Twitter, Mike? 400 million or something on Twitter, right? Active users on Twitter, come on, it's called timing. 300 million active users on Twitter. How many on Instagram per month? 400 million per month. Did anyone add that up? That's like 2 billion something number. That's a big ass number. So, how are all of you going to look different? So a lot of people like you, Emily, similar. How are you going to be different? You don't have to answer that yet. Think about it. Like there's a freaking sea of people out there trying to compete for the same space. And you know what happens when you are just like everyone else? Guess how they choose you? Based on price. Most people will choose any product, service, or even a human being to work with, usually based on price. If there's no differentiation, or because you've got a good name, let's say in our online world, right? That's it. Who the heck wants to be differentiated on a cheaper price, right? I want to be valued like, ooh, you can give me a better deal. That's a cheap ass lead.
It's true though, it happens. I just thought about shopping for phone cases on eBay, you know, and I'll look for one, I don't know why, but you look for the one that's like you'd save $1, just because you feel good about saving $1. Like, I'm just going to get the cheapest one, you know, they're all the same thing, but it's like, I'm going to save a couple of bucks here and there. You know?
Exactly.
But they do, you just naturally do it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So we value ourselves, right? We're here to value ourselves at the highest level. I don't want to be chosen by price. I don't want to be chosen the way my lipstick looks like, although I do love lipstick. I want to be chosen because I've stood out and made such an impact in someone's existence that they're like, dang, I want to know her. My dad taught me this when I grew up, and that any person that you go to meet, you make sure that they know who you are. So that when you leave, they're like, wow, man, that Rhonda, wow, she's intense. You know why? Because why walk around drudging around, right? Make an impact in somebody's life. Change their world. So if every one of us here, we said we have a why, we said we're here to do something, let's do something to be totally unique so we can change someone's world. It doesn't matter if you're selling shoes. Sexy shoes need sexy words and people that just share that destination of what it's going to look like when you wear those shoes, right? There are companies that know how to stand out. Big brands are using storytelling and they're totally unique. Although we've got Louis Vuittons, we got the Gucci's, the product is the same. It's actually probably lower valued than the prices are, but what they do is they make you feel what it's going to be like to be with that, wear that, carry that bag, wear those shoes. So for us as online marketers, we've got to get that message to our customers different than anyone. But the coolest part is you are different, you are different, you are different. But every other online marketer says, let's make money, let's do this. You want to have freedom? It's the same freaking message. We're changing the message. It's going to be your message, Harrison, your brand. So what we do, guys, is we grow our values and our roots right here, right? We dig deeply into the roots, which are our values. Then as the trunk grows in your oak tree, it really becomes your story. Your story is what makes you unique. This week we had time to be with our VIPs and we really dug deeply into having them share what their story really was. So they can begin to identify my story, how I can connect with maybe one or two specific customers that I can tell my direct story to every single time. How many of you guys have been shooting in a barrel or all out wide thinking I can hit everyone, the women, the men, 30s, the 20s, all of them? When we do it like that, we're hoping that it's going to happen. See, we're here to shoot a perfect arrow right in the bullseye. And we do that by really sharing who we are. So then, of course, up here, this is what we're going to learn later today, is all that social media, yummy stuff, that these experts, these guys are very humble. They've been in the industry for a shorter period of time, a couple years. They are killing it. They're crushing it better than any other guru out there because they actually do it with heart and they do it with soul, and they are very humble the way they do it, and they teach the right methods. We're not here to teach people to be snaky and slimy. We're here to really show you how to make it happen. So I'm gonna buzz through these really quickly, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna have you guys do some interaction. You guys should have, how many of you guys had the branding cheat sheet that I gave you? Yeah, you have the branding cheat sheet? Okay, cool. How many of you guys finished it? Did you guys feel, okay, would you guys feel good with like kind of doing some hands-on work, right? Okay, good, because what I want to do is, what we do is we take your umbrella, we figure out what you've got, we identify who those targets are so you can start sharing your story and your message directly, and then these guys are going to show you how to get it out to the world. So I like to call it freedompreneur or branded marketing, right? It's a push and a pull, right? The push is, yeah, look what I got, right? The pull is, hey, look what I got, right? Selling the destination, not the plane. I could give a rat's ass what kind of plane I'm in as long as it's safe. But man, when I get ready to go back to Bali, that's what I want to think about. So we sell the destination and not the plane. Am I in the way of this? Ahead? Kind of in the direct line? All right, so push versus pull methods, it's a lot more expensive. Push method, it's unsolicited. You know, you're just sending people emails, solo ads, different things that they really don't ask for. So you have to hit a lot more, have a lot higher number of people to hit than you do if you were really doing the pull. It's a lot less expensive. It's content blogging. It's putting your, I call it online real estate, right? The more videos, the more posts you put, it's online real estate. But you're just grabbing people's attention. These guys are going to show you how to use the pull method and really nail it, right? The methods and strategies to do that. And it's a lot higher converting. It's a lot higher converting because people already know who you are. It creates what we call know, like, and trust in your audience, right? And it allows them to go, ooh, I want that. I like you. And so by the time that they come to whether your product or service, or like for instance here in online marketing, we call it a funnel, right? They kind of start from here and we get them to the point where they're clicking or they're buying something, but they already know, like, and trust you by the time they get to the bottom so that their decision-making process is already easy to make, right? And we entertain them, we inspire them. So we're going to give you guys some strategies how to do that. So we talked about uniqueness, right? We defined what our uniquenesses are first, and how we can use our uniquenesses and bring them out to connecting with that specific one person. So what I like to do is we like to take one specific person, and typically that person is you, looks just like you. And you say, this is the things that I like, these are the things that I like to do, right? And that's how we're gonna connect with them. So we're gonna get you guys to be able to do this together in just a minute. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to pull out your branding cheat sheet. All right, because we're gonna work together on this. What I like to do is have Darvini, are you ready to come up here? Would you mind coming up and share with everyone? We had a really cool experience this week with our VIPs, and hold your hands up, our 10 house VIPs. They all stayed, we all broke bread together in the house, and we did a session, like literally a 4-hour session, so I know that it's really difficult for you guys to take all this in right now. But there will be an opportunity that we can work closer together because branding is ongoing, but it is your most important piece. So share what we did. We started talking about your story and what your core message really was, and you kind of felt scattered.
I didn't know what my message was. I felt like I was Sybil because I had so many different interests. And I really, really needed to be here. And when I connected with Rhonda, I said, I really need to come to this workshop because this mastermind, because I've had so many experiences in my life and I can pull from so many things, and I've got a lot of interests. I have so many things that I'm passionate about and that I love, but they go from one end of the spectrum to the other, and I needed to focus. So I didn't really know who I was or how to start or where to go. I had no clue. So I was just kind of like shooting in the dark, and I was putting out pictures and things that I didn't know really what I was doing. And Rhonda really helped me narrow it down, find out who I was, dig in deep to into the tree that was up there, and kind of find myself for marketing. And it was like all of a sudden now I have direction. I mean, I have complete direction where I didn't know where I was. And what she helped me do was figure out a 12-month plan.
Yeah, we're gonna do the 12-month plan. How cool would that be?
Yeah.
Share a bit about, okay, so you came in, at any time now, any of you are gonna be talking today, you're gonna be sharing, this is my brand, this is who I am. So I would say, hey, I'm a Rhonda Swan, Unstoppable Mama of the Unstoppable Family, take entrepreneurs and turn them into freedompreneurs, right? That's what I do. That's what I love to do. That's my core message, right? Freedom, fun, and family. That's our core. So everything that we do throughout our whole sales process, ad copy, lead capture page, bridge pages, videos, has freedom, fun, and family involved. You guys notice that? Do you know anything about our brand, Unstoppable Family? Everything that we do encompasses that. And how many of you guys right now feel like, ooh, I got a tight, I'm tight. I got my tight message. Everything that I do is encompassing that. Any of you guys yet? Some of you getting close. I know like Kim Justice, yeah, Kim is really digging deep into that. But this is powerful stuff that has to happen because sometimes we throw up kitty cat videos, right, or shoes, and right. But if we're really doing it for purpose and for marketing, we've got to know who we are, we know what we stand for, and share it consistently. So now, you started off with all these things.
Right.
She's got all these awesome designer, artists, traveler.
Right, I'm very creative, so, and being an artist and creative, I was kind of like all over the map. So we found that I was helping people find their creative power, because that's really what you helped me find, is go into my creativity and how to help others find that as well.
And now you're taking a personal brand.
Right, so then we found that I was just going to brand myself as Darvini D, because I'm under an umbrella of so many different interests and so many things helping people find their creative power. So she helped me, but I'm branding Darvini D.
Yeah,
and that really helps me because even though I'm Darvini, I didn't know what Darvini D was going to do. so now I know. And I have such focus with that I'm just ready to like run and really excited to run.
Yeah, you weren't running.
No, I was
like,
I was running backwards.
standing.
I was going backwards. So now I'm running forward.
Yeah. Well done. And I was going to say, anyone that gets up and sits gets to sit on the Sexy Chase Lounge, but Darvini started it. Okay, anyone else want to come up here and do some live work with me? That feels like they've got it, but they're really kind of getting stuck. You want to come up? Come on. Awesome. Because I tell you what, guys, when we get through this piece, we start with our story, we start identifying it, I can really help bring this stuff out. And all it is a couple little things. It's clarity. And what happened for Darv, so she decided to go with a personal brand. Has any of you guys ever get stuck with, I don't know who I am, like what the name is, the words? But like the Unstoppable Family, well, just so you know, we started off as Swan Lifestyle. It was super vanilla. Didn't have a lot going on to it. But you know what came out of it? Is the story, was the reason, was the passion, was the fun, was the family. That's what Swan Lifestyle turned into. It was a super sucky brand name. So I got inspired to become the Unstoppable Family because I flew from Bali, which is really crazy. It was like 6 years ago. Flew from Bali to Cancun, met Cynthia Kersey, who's also our ambassador for our Unstoppable Foundation. We contribute 8% of everything that we do. We aid, instead of tithing, they call it tithing, which is tens. We give 8% of everything that we do to the Unstoppable Foundation. But I met her, and she wrote the book Unstoppable Women, and it was a 90-day challenge to be an unstoppable woman. I realized, oh my gosh, this is our brand. And from there, it was like full steams ahead. So let's share with me right now. What do you see as your brand now?
I see myself helping other women who have been in domestic violence situations and helping them get free and be able to live the life that they have always dreamed of living or want to live, but they're in fear of it, and getting out from where they are now and becoming free, becoming a freedom.
So there's one defined target. Every time we listen when someone speaks, let's listen to what their story is, right? Where it starts from. So is there something personal you have connected to this?
I was a domestic violence survivor.
Okay, so she's got something connected, right? There's a passion, there's a reason and a purpose why you want to help change these women's lives. So now there's a specific person, right? There's someone that you really can connect with, and you know probably the pain points that they probably have, and you can really share that. So when you're sharing your story, whether we do it through video, did you write your story out?
I did.
Cool, because when you have a story written out, that means you get to place an ad, because we use story for a reason, right? Because it connects with people. Nike sells tennis shoes. Oddly enough, they've got a really connected story for that tennis shoe. You have no idea that it's a tennis shoe that they're selling, but you connect with it. So you've got a connection. So tell me about that woman, what she's gone through. Tell me some things about her. What things has she gone through? What is her age group?
Could be 20 to 70.
Okay, so you could have a broad spectrum.
Yeah.
But what we're talking about today is, what is that group that really can be your buyer's audience? Right?
I think for me, it's probably the older woman who maybe just got out or is trying to get out. I lived in a 27-year situation, so I've been out 15 of those years.
Yeah, right? Awesome.
So the connection is to even help those who got out try to find where they belong or find something to make a purpose in life for as well. Because when I got out, I was still floundering, not knowing what I really wanted to do. It wasn't that I wasn't surviving, because I did. I had a good job and things like that, and my children were grown. So for me, it was just learning how to live alone, learning how to live by myself, be me, find out who I was, because I was married at a very young age, so I really never knew who I was. And it took, years of exploring of myself to really find out who that was, so.
And that's a really defined message, right? If there's someone that's, that Nathan's gonna really show you how to dig deeply in and target, because on Facebook, it's amazing how you can actually find your peeps. Facebook lets you find your tribe.
Yep.
You get to find your people, Victoria, like yours, right? I get to find my corporate women. I don't really target them as much anymore. Now it's more of that free woman, mother, but still wants to make money and travel, right? But you've got a defined person that you can really find. You can find them in Facebook. So obviously there's some probably deep pain points that they've hit.
Yes.
Right? So you hit on the pain points that they may be experiencing, and then you have a solution for them. Right?
Yeah.
So do you have you started to identify kind of like what you want to be known for? Is your uniqueness to them? Is there a name, or are you going with a personal brand?
Just my name.
You're going with
I've
your
been
name.
just using my name, yeah.
And what about a tagline? Have you kind of created your little miniature message? You guys did the branding. You kind of really want to brainstorm what are some taglines that really swing, that connect with people. Probably under 7 to 10 words, right, is what you want to focus on, because otherwise it turns into a miniature message. Do you have a tagline that you really start connecting with?
I have not yet.
So what you want to do is you want to go through and really brainstorm. So we're going to take a couple minutes right now so you guys can do that. I want you guys to kind of share with each other your branding cheat sheet. So we go through each steps, right? What makes me really unique? You know, what do we really want to be known for? And there's a lot of options you've got. Creating a tagline, defining that niche, and then of course we can start talking about logos and imaging. Most people think that a brand is a logo. It's nothing really to do with the logo or the color. That comes last. What it comes from is really where you're going to connect and how you're going to find that exact audience. So right now you're focusing on this one woman. Now, because you're now a personal brand, just as Darvini is, you probably have a lot more people that you can connect with and offer your service, your offer, right? We call it an offer, right? It's either a company, it's a product, right? It's a service. So what are 2 other people that you are so unique that you can define right then, your offer can connect to them? Other than that one woman, because that's just one niche.
Right.
Right? Do you have any other uniquenesses about yourself that you can target and sell your offer to them?
I've been
How old are you?
61.
61. So you're what we considered a baby boomer.
Yes.
And what's happening in baby boomers' lives right now?
Scary, frightening, retirement.
Retirement.
Yep.
They're becoming redundant. IRAs are no
Down the
more
tubes.
A's.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
3 times since 2008, everything, 401ks have crashed.
Yeah.
3 times 401ks have crashed in the United States.
Right.
I know in Australia it's a big thing. They're becoming redundant. They're losing this investment that they worked all their life for.
Yep.
You have a massive target that we can offer the message of freedom, your form of freedom. Because remember, that if we pigeonhole ourselves too tight, right, then we lose a huge broad spectrum of who we can also sell our products or service to, right? So what's really cool for you, you're similar to Dar, is later, right before we end here, I'm going to give you guys your 12-month plan. So you've got 2 months. We call those months now. We're taking our niches, we're calling them a month. Because it's going to allow us to focus on each month, a marketing plan every month. It's one niche, could be the same each month. We might create a different theme. So give me one more that you might have. So you're a baby boomer. Do you like to travel? Are you active? Do you like to do sports?
I love to travel.
You love to travel, right? So you've got a baby boomer that loves to travel, who's a woman. Are you single?
Yes.
Single woman. A mother?
Grandmother.
Grandmother? See, dude, this is, so when we do this, Nathan's going, okay, drop down, age group, gender, income level, interest.
What kind of books do you read?
That's exactly, right? Because Facebook's taught us that.
Right.
So we get all of this down, and then everything that Nathan's going to share with you today is like, you're going to be able to go, oh, there's my month. Okay, let's see, I'm going to target this lady, this is her age group, this is what she likes to do. Here's my message. It's my domestic violence woman. This month I'm going to target the baby boomer who loves to travel, right?
Right.
It's so freaking easy.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Step 4, everything in there. If you can write down everything in there.
Yeah,
you're on point.
that's right. Awesome. Okay, hold on. I got something for you. Here, you hold this. If you have a question to ask me, I want to make sure I have this for you. So is there something that you're leaving out that you're missing? Gotta get our goodies. Anyone that takes, that's how it works. This is for you. From Bali, by the way. All right, so is there something that you feel that's left out for you that you need to get more dialed in on, that we can work with deeper?
Yeah, putting it all together now and being able to, like you say, do 12 months of it and
Yeah, well, I'll show you how to
niching
do that.
and making, because I've been blogging now for,
Okay.
I guess, 5 months now, consistently.
Okay, great.
And I've started to target my blog, like especially this month, because this month is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, as well as Breast Cancer Awareness
right.
Month. It is also Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So my blog this month was really targeted to that niche and I kind of tied it together.
Awesome.
And that has helped too as
Awesome.
well.
And
So-
blogging is great, of course, if you're any business or service, you should
Right.
be blogging. It's online real estate, you own it. It's like you bought that space, you learn how to get the keywords, it's part of that space, and you own that. And so what we're gonna show you how to do is use those and get actually targeted leads that are ready to buy what you have to offer. So we're gonna explore this. You'll be able to explore this. You'll have time at this session when we close this session. You guys will have about 15 minutes to work on this and talk about it. But here you go. This is a gecko from Bali Industry, and it cost me 26,500 rupiah. And this is like where I'm not gonna say what it's worth. You guys can go Google it. Yeah, give her a hand, dude. That's not always easy to do. Yeah, do you want to talk to me? Okay, anyone else want to do a little bit? Yeah, come on, John. Any questions as this is coming up? So I want you guys to popcorn a hand up if there's times where you need to really get some clarity in some areas, because this is stuff everyone gets inside their head, but just talking about it gets it out, and you're like, yeah, yeah. Because did you even consider those two other, you're like, oh, here I have a brand, it's all focused on these women. Were you considering these other niches that you could target that are directly connected to you? Not yet. So now you have two new people. Can you imagine just selling 1,000 of your product service offer to 1,000 of your people that are just like you? That's a lot of freaking money. That's a lot of sales. That's a lot of lives that we can connect with and change, right? So, all right, so what's up?
Okay.
Do it.
Well, I'd like to introduce you to two people. John Piotr, 7 months ago, that's who I was. Something interesting happened along the way, okay? I'm in the insurance business. Yeah, okay, everyone's going, ooh, okay. But I'm very, very good at what I do, okay? And so good, I was recognized for just going way above and beyond. So here I am. You have to picture a huge corporate floor, 200 people. CEO walks downstairs, recognized me for outstanding this, blah, 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 blah. I got my own parking space for 30 days, okay? Hands me a certificate, and I don't pay much attention to it. Everybody's clapping like crazy, and there's my name, Jorn Piotr. So now I have a Facebook page called Jorn Free, because I figured if Nate can do this, I'm going to do this. Okay? So, World Nate, Jorn Free. So,
Welcome to Jorn Free. All right, here he is. I love it.
So the following day, I'm driving in. I'm stuck in 4 lanes of bumper-to-bumper traffic. I'm feeling stressed about getting into work. I've just been promoted, making more money, good money, okay? My stomach's in knots. I'm not enjoying life at all, okay? So I decided that that's when really Jorn Free was born, because I'm not getting ahead. Today's my 66th birthday.
What? Dude!
So,
Yay!
and
Happy birthday! We got your present. We knew.
so I'm determined. I'm determined to have the early retirement that I've always wanted. And not so much for me. I'm married to the most beautiful woman in the world. There's only 2 reasons why my wife married me. Number 1, God answers prayers. Number 2, she had to have the weakest moment of her life. Because I definitely don't deserve her. She's a far better person than I am. So I've decided that my niche is just like people like me. The guy sitting jammed in the 4 lanes of traffic. And most guys don't admit this to themselves, because you're not supposed to be weak. You're not supposed to be afraid. You're not supposed to be terrified. But I was so terrified. Guys, you've heard it all before, the 2:30 a.m. voice. How am I going to afford that retirement? Got so many bills now. How this is just not working out? And I said, that day in traffic, I said, I'm not lying to myself anymore. It's not working out. It can't work out. It probably was never going to work out, but that's the lie. That's the white truth, the white lie that you're taught growing up. Get a good job and raise the kids and get over your head in credit card debt, okay? So that day I decided that I'm going to get out of this. I can get out of this, okay? I'm going to get out of this. So next year at this time, I'll probably be back at a week-long mastermind celebrating my 67th birthday and jacked up because Jordan's really free. So my niche is guys just like me, 30 to 50. 30 is when the voices start. Ooh. Less than 30 years old, probably haven't had a lot of life experience to really understand that what I'm trying to share is absolutely true. After 30, that door is knocking at 2:30 in the morning, okay? The only thing I can tell all people like me going through that is embrace it. There's nothing there but smoke and mirrors. Your fear only needs one thing, and that's action and commitment, okay? So that's the person I'm reaching. 30 to 50 years old, still working, still making a good income, but the only difference between me and that person is that they don't understand now that it's a dead-end road. It's a no-win situation, okay? And even if you have the money, you don't have the freedom. At the end of the day, freedom is what it's all about. And when you get to that point, and I so badly, one of my passions is I lead men and women. Believe me, I've met some kick-ass women who can use a chainsaw around the country, and we cut people out of natural disasters like hurricanes and tornadoes, okay? And you don't know the value of your life until you've helped someone who just lost everything. And that's what we're doing for a whole bunch of people who don't understand that they've already lost. And all we have to do is speak a little wisdom, honestly, straight to the heart. Not to the wallet, straight to the heart. The light bulb will go on.
Well said. Happy birthday! We have to do a birthday celebration for Jordan Free. Did you guys just hear that? How powerful was it to get his story out? But did you see it? I know I don't want to take out the value of that story because it's powerful. But you hear all the connected targets that he can focus on, the pain points that he's had. He touched on everything. So our story is so vital, and that's what turns us into connecting to that person. It is. It's sharing it from your heart and not into the pocketbook. That was powerful. You may have used that? Yeah. Right? You got to think about that. All right, so anyone else have any popcorn stuff that's popping up for them? Because this is the time when the light bulbs start to come off, and then we can start to connect it. Anyone else want to come up here and do some work? Yeah? You want to come up? Because what we're going to do, guys, in just a moment, we're going to go through the 12-month plan. Carolina's actually going to share it because we created this. It's really powerful, and you guys get to sneak on it. You get to get a piece of it, but it's a way that you guys are going to really organize this whole year. All right, so let's do this.
Okay, so
Start off with who you are, where
right.
you're from, and what's your brand. Who are you? What's your
fantastic question. Okay, but so my name is Cecilia, and I am thank you.
Yeah.
And whenever I do my periscopes and so forth, like I've been doing some of that, right? And I start them by saying, well, hi, I'm Cece, and I am a mother first. I'm a wife second, and all the other things that I am come after that, right? So I have this whole slew of things. So some of the things that I am, I'm a lawyer, whatever, right? But I'm a lawyer.
All right, we need a lawyer in the group.
And all it took is for me to hold my child after I gave birth to her. Within a minute, I knew that I was not going to do 80 hours, billable hours a week and give it to somebody else to make their dreams come true, right? Or to fatten up their wallets or whatever. Before I was a lawyer, I had become a certified aromatherapist. So I'm a certified aromatherapist. I was a healer.
And a big hat. She's got all these hats.
Right, yeah, and I'm a Reiki master, and I did that before I even got my undergrad. Reiki, right? So I'm very crunchy and right.
Granola girl.
Yeah, granola, very crunchy, and I wore my kids, what child wearing, children. So I wore all my children. I co-slept, all that, whatever. I read the books.
My kid still sleeps in my bed.
Yeah. Well, fuck it, right? I mean, right?
They're gonna grow up. I'm not gonna sleep with her forever.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get these years back. Well, that's it. I'm not gonna get these years back. I'm never gonna get these years back. Yeah. And I blinked, and she's 6, my oldest, and then I have a 4-year-old, and then I have a 2-year-old. Wow. And I want 2 more. And I turned 40 December 30th, so I'll be 41 this year, right? So I've got all this going on. Mm-hmm. And my avatar, is that what it's called?
Yep,
my avatar?
Yep. Avatar, target customer,
Target customer.
Yeah.
I really, whenever I've had people like you, for example, people like you that had a career and had it going on and had that swagger, that swagger, yeah.
I still got it. I didn't have it. I still got it.
Well, I mean, I like the swag. I like walking into a courtroom and make the men quiver. Oh shit, here she is, right? I like it, whatever, right? So I like the swag, but it's all put aside. I have a nice fallback option, but I want to be with my family. Damn it, I want to be with my family. I want to love on my children. I never put her in daycare, and it was tough when I decided to not go into the courtroom anymore. Yeah. It was tough, and I'm in debt because of student loans. Yep. How many Americans here that are like up to here in student debt? It sucks.
Yeah,
it sucks. So that's another target.
Yeah, that's right.
Moms, 40-year-old moms who put 40-something-year-old moms who put their careers to the side to raise children, stay at home. Totally honorable. I get it. It is the best job in the world. That's what my main target. Travelers. So I was talking to some people earlier today during breakfast about how my whole adult life, I worked for Delta Airlines. So I went around the world 3 times. And that was already before I was 21. And that was because that was my career choice. Yeah. No, it wasn't a career choice. It was just the way I got through school. And I didn't have any undergraduate debt at all, but I have that law school debt. Yeah. I'm in debt $200,000, and that's just for law school. I paid out of pocket for my undergrad.
You know how many people are just like that? That exact story. Yeah. Right? We're going to show you how to really structure your story properly so it's sellable, right? We're here to offer someone a reason like, wow, that's who I am, and now you've found a solution, right? Whatever the solution, product, service, or offer is, you've now offered them a solution. Yeah. So you've got like 3 or 4 even.
Yeah, career woman, 40 stay at home.
Right?
Traveler, family travel. Travel. I wanted to do like a little show thing, traveling with your 6-year-old, 4-year-old, and 2-year-old. I mean, that's an adventure right in and of itself. But
I got only one. It's an adventure.
But people are like, oh, you're gonna travel with your children? Yeah. I go to the grocery store and people are like, oh, we bow down to you. You got 3 kids by yourself. Like, really? Really? No, there's got to be more like me out there. And then the student debt, yogis, natural organic, healthcare.
Well, and this is really cool. So when she broke these out beautifully, because then what we did really deep stuff with these guys is we look at those targets and we ask ourselves, okay, is that person the one that really is what I'm offering something that they will choose? Because a lot of times we brand ourselves, you start targeting groups that really they don't want what you have to offer. So you waste a lot of time and energy with that group. So you want to really make sure and look at the way that your story is and how you're connecting to them. They're buyers, right?
Yeah.
And so how we do that is we look at you're a higher educated woman, right? So same with me. I was a corporate executive. I don't go for stay-at-home moms. I don't even know how to talk to stay-at-home moms. Nothing wrong with them. I just don't even know their language. I know corporate women that have kids on the shoulder who's got a handbag on this hand and heels in this one, right?
Yeah.
I know that lady. But I don't know how to talk to, other women that may already always be at home.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Right?
I get that,
So what we look at, we really identify who they are, and and the cool part is about Facebook, you can target their income levels already, their income brackets, and that usually is a good way for us to niche them a little tighter. But So stay with this group because it's a perfect. You have 3 perfect niches.
Yeah.
And your story can connect to each one. We're going to show you how each one. I'm going to do this right now.
Awesome.
How each month. Thank you. Awesome. Well done. Hey, wait. Did I give you a little thing? Hold on. Cece.
Thank you.
Yay. Right, because, so what we do, guys, is your story, you got a big, long, fat story, right? We use storytelling to market. And what we do is we take each chunk of this story, pull out one of those targets, and then you have 3 new stories. Because you have your base, big, long, fat, throw it up, get it out there story. But then you start to identify and take that segment of that story, and then we focus it into an ad. Right, a story style ad, or Instagram, like quotes, specific quotes that relate to those specific people. Quotes that relate on Twitter, right, to that specific people, so you can share yourself. So what I want to do, guys, because what I love to do, it's called the your branded umbrella. Because what happens is once you guys start to identify yourself, this is kind of your branded umbrella. Once you really get your brand down, you it really just, it takes who you are. Like, we're the unstoppable family, right? So as you're growing in your business, then other things are gonna start popping off from that, right? So you have your own personal products as you guys develop, because not all of you guys are here just to sell one thing. You've got yourself. My mission for you is you start building a brand that you guys can create your own products with. Who has their own product? Does it make you scared, or does it sound cool? Okay, so Casey, what are some things that you really love? Yeah, what are some things that you really love? Yeah. Her independence. Could you even give maybe an hour's worth of talk of how to help women to be independent? Can you imagine taking what you love to talk about and turn it into your own little digital product that you can either offer on the front end of an offer, or it's just something that you sell that's yours, or write an ebook that's something that you are connected to? We all have a product inside of us, but the only way you get there is by getting who you are and what your brand is. Because if you're selling a company, you're missing out on everything. You're destroying everything that you're doing, because let's say that company decides to shift their focus. Their products are different. We sell ourselves first, and then we offer to them. Let's say if it's a product that you're selling from another company, right? Where most all of us have similar products we're selling. We're all in the same opportunity, right? But what if you have something different? What if they change? What if other things change? We want to brand ourselves so they buy from you first. So then as you're building ebooks and different products, your umbrella starts to jam up. You can create videos, value-based webinars and training. Heck, I know you can help, John, guys, how to plan for your retirement. That's a video series. That's a webinar series that you can offer, and then you become the expert in that area. You record it, and you offer it in the front end. It's something for free, and then you say, hey, you want to learn how to make money? I have an opportunity see what just happened? We took our brand, take our specialty and our passions, and turn it into our own personal products. So this is our mission for you guys. This is how our relationship is going to continue, so we can build on this, so you can create your future. And then, of course, then you have your company products underneath. All right, so let's do this 12-month plan. I want to have Carolina come up. She's going to share with you briefly, because this is how we're going to do this. Okay, so this is what's called your 12-month branded marketing plan. Now, it looks a little bit funky, but I tell you what. What do you guys think of the branded marketing plan? Just this piece of paper changed their world 2 days ago. Changed their whole business. Because what we've done is we've discovered what our story is, right? What is our brand? And we found all of those targets. We wrote our whole story out. We pulled each target niche out, and we wrote another story. Now that sounds like a lot of work if you got 5 or 6 targets you can focus on. But what if we broke them up into a month? So what we've done is we've broken it up into each different month is going to either have a theme, a niche, or a target inside of them. They wrote out their whole year. How cool is that to know what each month is going to look like, what target I'm talking about, so that everything that you syndicate through a video, through a blog post, right? Facebook ad, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything that you do has this theme. So it keeps your mind really clear.
Hi, my name is Carolina. And this is actually my plan.
What was your brand? What did we come up to? Who are you being to the world?
Well, I thought that I was like all about yoga and just a yogi and sharing my yogi journey. But actually I had to dig a little bit deeper to my own personal story, and I realized that there is like more to that story than just a yogic story. of course, I was myself, I was aware of what I had gone through, but how to target different kind of people in that would connect also with that story. Yeah, I'm a mom, I'm a yoga teacher, but I'm also a cancer survivor.
So you found out that you had a new outlook on life. She was given a month to live, to tell her family.
Yeah, so basically we started all the treatments just to buy more time for my family to well, accept the fact that I'm going to die. So, but I had a little bit other plans. I didn't have any time to lay down and starting the process of dying, so I just thought that I would instead start to pick a little bit more positive things here and there, enjoying the life. Like I was talking to Vashan earlier, like things just like looking at a snowflake and realize how freaking beautiful that one snowflake is. And that flower or that bird, how it sounds, and just everything is just growing and getting so freaking beautiful. How little we appreciate everything that's in our life. We are like so blinded from everything that what the society, excuse me, my English
It's great.
You all probably know that Finnish people are not that great in English, so I'm really busting my ass off to keep on speaking to people in English. So,
would you mind sharing with them kind of how you're breaking up these months?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because once she discovered, really what she can offer, the story is powerful. So a lot of people that can relate, can connect, and now you are able to share what you've experienced and help change the way they look at their life.
yeah.
So in order to do that, we broke down each area that she can really help target and connect either story to, a different niche market that she can really connect with. And we're going to have you guys all do this. We're going to break in just a couple moments and allow you guys to kind of talk about that and really start maybe writing down and sharing what those niches specific are so that you guys can write out your 12-month plan. I want to encourage you to really do it, right? Because once they got this, all of them were like, oh my gosh, I know exactly what I'm doing tomorrow. Okay.
So I have like 3 target people. I have chosen to target people that are having to stay at home because they are themselves too sick to actually go to work, or they have maybe a kid that has some kind of illness that makes them to not want to go to work or not able to go to work, and not just be trusting the social services to give you the funds, because it's like so little money you get every month from those kind of services. So that's one my target area. And then it's like the yoga teachers, yogis, who want to have more freedom to live by their passions, and maybe even like get started their own shala, not have to sell yourself to another studio and be working there for like ridiculous little amount of money. There's like no salary in that one, I can promise you that. Then it's a little bit more like empowering people to just realizing the precious moments in the life.
Sure.
Yeah, just getting inspirational for, well, both men and women, but mostly women, to just take care of themselves and just putting everything to every moment that you live. So that's like, I don't know really how to put it in words that less the target people, but.
No, but you've got it. Would it be helpful for you guys to be able to look at this later? We'll keep this out so you can take a look. Because it's really giving you clarity.
Yeah.
So now what we're going to do, though, guys, thank you for that, Carolina. Thank you. Give her a hand. It's amazing, right? Incredible. Amazing. Thank you. Yeah, because I tell you what, this is when we start to get this stuff, guys. Everything now on traffic. Now you're going to really be able to understand where how to target the traffic. Because, so many times we're, placing ads or trying to find, who we're going to connect with. And we're like, you got all these people. So then you just add in a million keywords that just connect with everybody. But the ad doesn't ever really work, right? So Nathan's going to show you really how to target that. So thanks for holding tight. Nate, why don't you share them where you're going to move forward with?
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll just let everybody go. You guys can
Yep.
reply.
Yep.
But just make sure you write down those three, let's pick 3 different customers, 3 target audiences that you've got, and think about the passions they have, the things they like. Think about the books they read, right? The people they find influential to them, like who they watch. And I'm pretty much talking about yourself. So think about, the travel side of me. I like everything to do with, I like a lot of surf-based things. So I like tropical islands, I like places like Fiji and Cloud Break, and I'll follow a lot of surfers that travel around the world. Free surfers that don't surf competitions. I know this, because this is the people that I connect with. On the entrepreneurial side, I really like Tim Ferriss, right? And I like Gary Vaynerchuk and things like that. And then as part of the motivational side, I love Bob Proctor. So there's me in 3 different buckets. So if you guys can really write that out to get 3 defined customers and the interest that they like, then we can show you how to target that specific audience on Facebook, because we can get so targeted on Facebook that we can have you connect with these people. So when they're sitting there, on their way to work on their phones, or or sitting in an office scrolling through Facebook and they see your ad, it talks directly to them because they go, oh my God, I love that person. I connect with exactly that. I love surfing and Cloud Break. I follow that free surfer too, and he's inspiring, and that message really connects with me. You're going to connect with your specific audiences, and the tighter we can get, the better. And I'll show you how to do that next, as we go through.
Yeah, in like 15 minutes. So we're taking a 15-minute break. What do you guys think so far? Yeah? Yeah?